coming out, I decided to decorate next week in my planner with kind of a Beauty and the Beast theme. When I was younger, I used to love Beauty and the Beast, and I remember one time I went to Disneyland and I met Belle in person after one of the shows that they had, and that was just such a big deal to me. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to have that theme for next week in my planner. The first theme that I always do before I start decorating is I go through my scrapbook paper collection and I try to pick out paper that kind of reminds me of the look that I'm going for. And when I saw this sheet of scrapbook paper, I decided that I would kind of use this as my inspiration for the week. I first want to cover up all the colors on the page that are kind of clashing with the theme that I want to go with, or the color scheme that I want to use. So when I saw this paper here, it kind of reminded me of Belle's dress, her blue dress, so I decided that I wanted to use this as one of the papers on the spread.
I lose my breath whenever I see you.
And then I also have this vellum that kind of reminded me of Belle's golden yellow dress. And I wanted to make like a, kind of look like a curtain on the side.
You stole my heart, what is it that you do?
So on my weekend bar, I wanted to add a image of Belle, and so I found this image online and I printed it out onto a clear sticker and then I added it to the scrapbook paper. But you could just print directly onto the scrapbook paper.
My life was great till you added colors, like the moon is.
So because I added the vellum on the left side, I want to add it on the right side as well to balance it out. Then when I think of Beauty and the Beast, I think of roses. So I cut out some roses from some scrapbook paper and I'm going to be adding them up here between the dates.
You set my world on fire.
And then I'm going to start working on each of the days of the week. So for the to-do boxes, I used this scrapbook paper, which has kind of looks like graph paper, but it looks aged. And I cut it up into strips so that each box could represent a to-do box for checking off. And you can also see that I use this flower up here in the corner.
You're my heart's desire.
So for this layout, I don't want these headers showing up at the bottom, so I'm actually going to cover them up using these blank stickers.
You just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old.
Then I took this scrapbook paper with these frames and I cut some of them out and I printed some of my drawings onto clear stickers and I attached the clear stickers to the frames, and that's just because it's easier for me to line it up versus using clear stickers versus just printing directly onto the scrapbook paper. So here we have Mrs. Potts, Chip, Lumiere, and Cogsworth. Beauty and the Beast also reminds me of books, so I took some pieces of scrapbook paper and just cut out little strips, and then I wrote the titles of books that she either refers to or mentions directly in the book or the play, like Jack and Beanstalk, The Sword and the Stone, Sleeping Beauty, Romeo and Juliet. I also wanted to mention that for this week I decided that I'm just going to leave my headers blank. And that's because I already know that I keep this section up here for scheduled items and then this section down here for to-do tasks. So it wouldn't really be helping me to label it. Sometimes it's fun to do that, but I think this week I'm just not going to put the words there because I already know what will go there. And now I'm going to get started on my insert. I'm putting a quote on here from the movie, the I Want Adventure in the Great Wide Somewhere, which is my favorite quote. So I just printed out these words onto the clear sticker paper again and then put them onto the scrap of paper. But once again, you could just print directly onto your scrap of paper. I also turned this drawing of Mrs. Potts into a planner clip. So this week I didn't use a ton of stickers, and the only stickers that I did actually use, almost all of them I just made myself, either from my own drawings or using free images online that someone was giving out. I hope this video gave you some ideas for adding your own personal touches to your layout. If you are excited about the new Beauty and the Beast movie coming out, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!
Trees are dancing while the spring's still here. They don't make haste 'cause they know what's coming.